Let's quickly move on. Access Bank PLC announces a court-ordered meeting to conclude Holdco structure. The meeting, according to the information or according to the release, will be held on Thursday, December 16, 2021 at plot 14 stroke 15 Prince Alaba Oniru Street, Oniru Estate, Victoria Island at 10 a.m. or soon thereafter, at which place and time the shareholders are requested to attend. Resolutions to be proposed include the transfers of the 35,545,225,622 ordinary shares of 50 kobo each in the issued and paid up share capital of Access Bank PLC, held by the shareholders, to Access Holdings PLC in exchange for the allotment of same ordinary shares of 50 kobo each in the share capital of the Holdco to the shareholders in proportion to their shareholding in the bank, credited as fully paid without any further act or deed. In other words, the current Access Bank is going to transform and become Access Bank Limited, but a new company is going to emerge, which is Access Holdco. Now, number of shares not adjusted, quantities held by investors remain same. When it comes to shareholding, right, nothing is changing. But then, Malam, something is changing. Holdco is not only in name. Tell us, what do you see that will subsequently change alongside this exercise in Access Bank?
Well, a bank like Access Bank going for Access Holdco, I think is a welcome development, because I see it. This is the bank keep on expanding, and the more you expand, you go into other countries. They may have a different rule against your parent company, like CBN here, restricted banking to banking. You may go and acquire a bank that may allow banking to do other things. So if you acquire a bank that do other things beyond the banking, how do you accommodate them? So the only way for the Access Bank to continue expanding, accommodate this, is to have Access or Holdco, because that will say that if I acquire a bank that do beyond banking, I will take everything. The bank, I will take it as a bank. The other one, I have another outlet that can carry them along. So for me, it's a welcome development for Access going into that, and they deserve to do that.
Even in Nigeria, we know that a few other companies have hitherto operated more as sister companies to Access Bank. Aruna, do you see these companies coming under the Holdco arrangement, or like Malam has just said, you see entirely new forms of companies probably diversifying into some other forms of operations, particularly in countries that enable a bank to veer into a lot of other financial market services?
I think that is exactly what we are going to see. Just as he has explained, all the subsidiary will now be under the Holdco, and which means the subsidiary can go ahead and do that which are not core banking, because they are no longer operating under Access Bank. You know, like you said, Access Bank is going to be Access Bank Limited, which will be part of the family of Holdco. It will now be a subsidiary of the Holdco. So the rest can go ahead and do what they feel that they can do, because that will no longer be under the supervision of Central Bank.
Now, Madam, let me put this question to you. Let us assume that some of the companies that currently operate as sister companies to Access Bank now are brought into this arrangement, right? What value do you think that is going to create? Let us assume that they are going to remain outside of this Holdco arrangement. You know, let me just explain myself better. You know, before, WAPIC was under Access Bank. Then their registrar, their capital market arm, and all those. But now they form another group called Coronation, so to speak. Let us assume that the Coronation group would come under this arrangement, right? What value? Then how will you see this Holdco of Access Bank? Let us also assume, because in this case, until the entire arrangement is approved, nobody can say anything. All right, the bank cannot say that these other institutions will be coming or not until the court-ordered meeting is concluded, and then they go back to the court, and the whole thing is um, completed. Let us assume that, okay, they are not going to be coming, coronation will remain as coronation, and then a new set of companies will now begin to emerge under the Holdco. Which of these arrangements do you think will be preferable, and what do you think investors can bring out subsequently?
Well, for me, I expect that Access Holdco should go beyond banking. And the truth of the matter that when we look at the other Holdco, they go beyond banking. Take IBTC Holdco. They have a pension fund that is bigger than the bank. And nothing stops Access Bank acquiring pension fund, especially as other PFs now they are going to pay the capitalization. So it's an opportunity for Access Holdco to look at one or two add to its group. The bigger the better. And if the coronation decided to join the Holdco, then what I expect the Holdco should increase their share because they are not part of it. Now they have to accommodate them. In any way, the bigger the better, and it's a welcome development. Either they acquire through coronation or through other means. I see they have the capacity to go beyond the banking, and that is a welcome development, especially as they spread across Africa. So it's a welcome development for the Access Co, and I believe it will add value to it.
You see, we have seen Holdco in the market, or let me say we have seen Holdcos in the market. But from what we know about Access Bank, they are always bringing differences. They are always bringing vibrancy. They are always bringing changes to the way they do their own. I have this notion, I have this feeling that at the end of the day, this might just be a Holdco arrangement that is going to be far more beneficial to everybody. Aruna, what do you think?
Yes, I support it. I think at the end of this, the synergy that the rest of the subsidiaries are going to bring to Access will not make Access trade at the price at which it's trading as we speak.
I think, nothing is concluded yet. We are not saying, because the companies are not actually subsidiaries of Access Bank as we speak. They were subsidiaries of Access Bank until some years past. Now they operate as independent company, but rather as sister companies. It's like the people you have been in relationship with before, and that you are still relating with, not as subsidiaries, but as sister companies. I know what I'm saying, but I don't want to talk too much because I don't want to preempt so many things. But we follow through. A lot of arrangements will still come forth from what I'm sensing sincerely, not from privileged information. I'm an analyst. I take time to look at what the possibilities are, and then I have accounts in banks here and there. I know what institutions have relationship with one bank or the other without even talking to anybody within the organization. Okay, on the strength of that, in this Access Bank Holdco, there are lots that might eventually come up to the benefit of the shareholders. I've said my own. We wait to see how it plays out.